All right, so hopefully you've watched part 1 for this week, April 20th, and are ready to look at part 2. This is part 2, and you're going to turn in your package to the second story called The Miser, and we're going to be filling out the chart that comes after it on page 123. Okay, here we go. So we're thinking about what is the lesson of the story and what details contribute to that lesson or theme. Okay, this is a fable or folk tale, but it's told in the form of a drama or a play, which we looked at 2 weeks ago, which is kind of nice. So you could act this out, take a minute, read it with a friend, act out the parts on the phone with a friend or with someone in your house. Okay, but I'm going to read it through now. Scene 1, The Miser's Garden. The miser digs up the gold he's buried and then counts it piece by piece. So that's describing it so I can imagine it. But from now on, I'm not going to read anything that's in these parentheses, okay? So here we go. Yes, every last coin is there, the exact sum I've had for years. Now I must bury my treasure again to hide it. Every day this man digs something up and then buries it again. I shall see what he digs up and buries. The next morning. My gold! My gold! I've been robbed! Your gold? There in that hole? Why did you put it there? Why didn't you keep it in the house where you could easily get at it when you had things to buy? Buy? Why, I never touched the gold except to count it. I couldn't think of spending it. If that's the case, then cover up that stone. You're a fool. That is not gold, it's a mere stone. It may be a mere stone, but it's worth just as much to you as the treasure you lost. So that's the story, and I'm going to get to think about these parts. So as I'm going over it, fill it in with me. So you've got characters, right? So who's my main character? That's probably the person that's going to show me what the lesson learned is, because they're the focus of the story. So to me, the miser was the main character. It talked a lot about him, and he is the person that speaks the most. The miser's in scene 1, and the miser speaks 1, 2, 3 times in scene 2. Okay, so in total, miser speaks the most, but we also have the stranger and the thief. Okay, so I would put miser, stranger, and thief in here where it says characters. If you need to pause the video at any point, go ahead and do that so you can write it down. Okay, then our setting. Our setting is where and when the story takes place. So setting, where? Well, I know it was in the garden. And then when, it said the next morning. So that means this was happening the day before. So it's happening over 2 days. So I could say something like in the garden, comma, 2 days, right? I could put that in my setting, okay? Now, character experiences. What is the miser experiencing? So I want to kind of summarize it in my head. What happened? Okay, think about what's the first thing that happened. He was counting his gold, and then he buried it again, right? And then I guess during the night or after he left, the thief went and dug it up. So the next morning, so I'm the miser. I counted my treasure. Oh, I got all my treasure. I buried it. I come back the next day. I dig it up. It's gone. And then some stranger comes up to me and is telling me I might as well have covered up a rock. I'm like, you're a fool. That's not gold. And what did he say at the end? Let's see. It may be a mere stone, but it is worth just as much to you as the treasure you lost. So the stone is worth. Why would the stranger say, like, to me, if I'm the miser, part of my experience is that I'm confused. The stranger says something really weird, and then just walks off. It says he walks off, leaving the miser to consider his words. Okay, so those are kind of the experiences that he went through of counting it, burying it, lost, talking to the stranger, maybe being confused. Okay, so I'm ready to think about the theme. So the theme of like, hey, the stone is worth to you the same as much as the gold. And the stranger talked about like, why did you keep your gold there? And the rock's worth the same. What's the theme gonna be? Click on the next video to find out.